This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
The introduction. Feminism is not a new concept because many female public figures of the past raised the question about women's role in society. One of Anne Finch's poems, The Introduction, talks about female writers of her time in the first 20 lines of her text. Finch sarcastically presents gender rights and the absence of them, alas. A woman that attempts to pen, such an intruder on the rights of men. She seems to be incensed by the traditional role that the male-dominated world assigned women. Good breeding, fashion, dancing, dressing, play, are the accomplishments we should desire. Furthermore, men of her time tried to convince ladies that writing, reading, and thinking would cloud, beauty, and exhaust time. Indeed, the first 20 lines of this poem openly criticize sexism, stating that women are equally intelligent and talented as men. Still, the established order of that time discouraged many of them from publishing their works. The second part of Finch's The Introduction discusses the role of females in biblical texts. Although people no longer believed in the authenticity of those events, she claims that women of the ancient world were leaders who fought equally with men. The poet is surprised that the society she lived in replaced noble values with discriminatory beliefs. How are we fallen by mistaken rules? Debarred from all improvements of the mind. Indeed, the poem's last stanza calls on women to remain truthful to their skills even if they have to live in the shadows. To conclude, Finch's main point in this poem is that the unfair distribution of gender roles restrained women from striving for an education. The philosophy of equality of female and male intellectual abilities marks her as an early feminist. A Nocturnal Reverie. Anne Finch's A Nocturnal Reverie is less aggressive in delivering a feministic message than The Introduction. The poem describes the countryside utilizing complex word combinations and temporal transitions. Still, the author uses masculine and feminine pronouns to veil the gender gap that existed during her time. For instance, she chooses an owl to highlight that women are wise, therefore, they can become men's advisors, or from some tree, famed for the owl's delight, she, hollowing clear, directs the wanderer right. Using the example of a partridge that calls to her straggling brood, Finch wants to demonstrate mother's essential role in raising children. Furthermore, in this line, she shows that humanity became lost in false beliefs about male superiority and women's inability to do any intellectual work. The second half of the poem talks about male tyranny and women's freedom in a veiled form. Specifically, Finch describes how all these animals celebrate their short-lived jubilee, whilst tyrant man does sleep. Moreover, the poet aims to show that women are born free, thus, they should not be restrained by all the stereotypes imposed on them by society, till the free soul to a composedness charmed, joys in the inferior world, and thinks it like her own. Although the background theme of the poem lacks blunt feminist ideas, the main message about female-male silent confrontation is concealed behind these several lines. Did you like this Feminism in the Introduction and A Nocturnal Reverie by Anne Finch sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs, without even having to register.